Hi, very good afternoon to all. I hope all are good. My name is Bhavna and our subject is Business Economics. This is for BBA students in first year, for first semester students. Previous lecture we discussed what is the input and output combination. What is input and output combination? It shows the relationship between the input and output. How much inputs we are giving, for that inputs, how much inputs we are getting. We know the relationship between the inputs and outputs. We discussed two methods, that is marginal product approach and isocont or isocost approach. I hope you understand this lecture. Please, anyone do not watch the previous videos. Kindly go through and watch all the videos. If you have any doubt regarding up to now, I want to repeat any concept, please let me know. You can text me personally also. I definitely reply, guys. I hope you are following these lectures. If you have any problem, please let me know. I definitely try to solve your problems. Thank you so much. And today our lecture is what is the short run production loss. Up to now we discuss what is the input and output combination. To know the relationship between the inputs and outputs, we discuss two types of approaches, that is marginal product approach and isocont or isocost approach. Today our concept is short run production loss. Already we discussed types of production loss. There is a short run and long run. In the short run there is a law of diminishing marginal utility. Already we discussed, but here I completely detailed discuss about the what is short run production loss. Let's see here. The functional relationship of the maximum quantity of a good or service that can be produced by a set of inputs. What the functional the short run production function law shows the relationship between the inputs, which inputs we are using for producing our output. The functional relationship of the maximum quantity of goods or services that can be produced with what type of goods we are producing, what type of services we are giving by using inputs. Set of assuming the amount of at least one of the input used remain changed. In short run production function, one of the input remain changed. He says that means all are fixed, but there is a one input factor, it may be changed. Already we discussed in law of diminishing marginal utility. What is law of diminishing marginal utility? In law of diminishing marginal utility, only one input are variable, all are fixed. That point only here we are discussing. At least one of the input used remain unchanged. As the output varies is known as short run production function. Short run production function means at least one unit, at least means we are not saying at most. Here we are saying at least one unit is fixed, means there is no change in units of variable. Means for example, we are taking 3 units like land, labor and capital. In this capital is fixed, so at least one unit of variable is fixed. That is in short run production function. Why one unit variable is fixed? In long run variable production, all units are variable. In short run production function, while we want to produce our goods, for the production of goods we require some inputs. From these inputs, at least, not at most, please concentrate that, at least one unit is fixed. A short run production function can be represented as, we can be represented like this: Q is equal to f of L comma C comma M. Q is equal to f of L comma C comma M. Q is equal to quantity of output produced, which products we are producing, and L means labor, C means capital, M means material. Here we are taking 3 variables, that is labor, capital and employee, for producing our output. What is short run production function says? It shows the relationship between the inputs and outputs. In these inputs, they says at least one factor of inputs are fixed. In 3 factors, at least one are fixed, means there is no change in one factor of input. Then only the law can apply. So here the inputs labor, material and capital are only taken because they are the variables that can only be converted into output in the short run. These are the variables these inputs we are converting for the producing of output. So what are the inputs? Labor, capital and employed and materials. For this, at least one factor is constant. What is short run production function? See here, there is a functional relationship of the maximum quantity of a good or service, which goods we are producing or which services we are giving for using certain units of inputs. What are the inputs here? Labor, capital and materials. assuming that the amount of at least one of the input used remain unchanged, means at least one of the input are constant. As the output varies is known as short-run production function. A short-run production function can be represented in mathematically, it can be represented as Q is equal to F of L comma C comma M. Q is equal to output. F means factors of labor, capital and materials. Hence, these inputs, what are the inputs? Labor, material and capital are only taken because they are the variables and they can be only converted into output in the short run. We are taking these variables, they are converting into the short run while production of the output. In this, there are three types of products: total product, marginal product and average product. There are the three products. First is total product, marginal product and average product. Let's see here. What is the total product? The total product is the amount of the output that is produced by using different quantities of inputs. What is the total product? Total product means by using these inputs we are producing an output. How much total output we are producing? We can say it is a total product, or we can say the total output resulting for the effects of all factors of production combined together at any time. By combination of all inputs of factor, which output we are getting, we can say it is a total product. Total product is the amount of output. What is that is produced by using different quantities of inputs. What are the inputs we are using here? Labor, capital and material. By using these inputs we are producing an output. For the total output we can say it is a total product. Next, we can say in other formula also, it is the total output resulting from the effects. We using some effects for all the combination of all factors of production. Here, what is the factors of production? Labor, capital and materials. By combination of all these factors of production, we are producing one output. That total output we can say it is a total product. Next, marginal product. Marginal product is defined as the change in total product per unit a change in variable input. Let the input variable can be considered as marginal product. Here, what is the marginal product means? While we are producing additional unit of output. While suppose we are producing 100 units, but now I want to produce 105 units. For this additional unit of output, how many inputs I am giving? For the additional units, for the additional of inputs, how many outputs we are producing? They can be derived in marginal product. Marginal product means there is a one limit up to 100 units we are producing per week. But now we are changing from 100 to 105. For the production of 105 units, how much inputs we are required? There is how much change in inputs we are required from past to present. Let's see here. Marginal product is defined as the change in the total product. There is a change in total product from 100 to 105 per unit change in variable of input. How much units are changing per producing 100 to 105 units? Let the variable input be labor be considered as formula is equal to percentage of TP by L means. What is MPL? Marginal product of labor. DTP means change in total product. And DL, this is not this is a triangle, sorry. Unit change in unit change in labor input means how much total we are producing, but how much changing in the labor we have to mention these. Means change in total product by quantity change in variable input. Marginal product means when we want to change in output, then how much inputs we have to be changed are mentioned in marginal product. Let's see here. Change in total product 100 to 115. So 115 divided by change in quantity of variable input. How much inputs we are changing? We have to mention these. Marginal product is defined as the change in total product as per the change in total variable inputs. We have to mention in marginal product means it is an additional product derived from the additional unit of variable input. Why we are deriving additional product? Because we are adding additional inputs. Then for that reason we have to derive additional product. We say like that it is an additional product derived from an additional unit of variable input. Next, average product. Average product may be defined as the total product per unit of variable input if the variable inputs L is considered as average product, that is TP. Let's see here. What is an average product? Total product per unit of employed of the variable input. How much total product we are deriving for our average inputs. Formula, let's see here. Total product divided by quantity of variable inputs. How much total product we are deriving by average quantity of variable inputs. How much inputs we are taking, for that inputs how much output we are deriving. We can say like that it may be defined as the total product per unit employment. You can say total product. Here average product means per unit, while in total product we are not taking per unit, but here average product we are considering every unit how much inputs are required for producing total output. Here per unit we are considering, but in total product we are taking completely total, we are not considering per unit. But in average product we are taking per unit how much inputs are required for producing our total output. Let's see here. What is short-run production function? It shows the how much inputs are required for producing our output, how much maximum output we are producing by utilizing our inputs. So it shows the relationship between the inputs and outputs, and inputs and outputs in the short run. In the short-run production function, at least one input factor are fixed. What is the function? What is the short-run production function? Q is equal to F of L comma C comma M. Q is equal to complete outputs, complete quantity of capital outputs. L is equal to labor, C is equal to capital, M is equal to materials. Next, what is the total product? How much total product we are producing by using our inputs? We have to be calculated in there. In marginal product, what is the marginal product? How much additional units we are producing by adding additional inputs to our variables? Means suppose up to now I am producing 100 units per week, but now I want to produce 105 units. For that 105 units, how much inputs I required? I have to be calculated in marginal product. Formula, change in total product. What is the change in total product? 5 units divided by the change in quantity of variable input. How much quantity I am changing? We have to be mentioned. In average product we have to calculate how much inputs are required per unit of output. Here considering per unit, but in total product we are not considering per unit. Directly we are considering how much inputs, how much outputs we are produced by utilizing the inputs. But in average product I want to know how much inputs as per unit. Suppose I want to produce 105 units. For 105 units for each unit, how much inputs I have to be required is calculated in this marginal product. Total product divided by quantity of variable input. The formula is total product divided by the quantity of variable input. I hope I understand this lecture. This is the short-run production function. I want to say one thing. If in exam they ask in SI question, write about the short-run production function laws, we have to be write all this, and also we have to write law of diminishing marginal return. I already explained law of diminishing marginal return in a clear way in this previous lecture about the types of production laws. So please go through and kindly watch the video. If anybody do not watch the video, I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt till up to now, please let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts. Thank you so much.